Now, most people think that this was a simple color appointment, but the color wasn't the problem. Welcome to Revealed in the Chair. Today we're opening up case file number 2, the hair color case. Because during Brenna's appointment, we discovered something in her hair that has been there for months. And that discovery changed everything. Now, before we reveal it, what's your first suspect? Now, last week we opened up Brenna's case. Brenna came in convinced that she had dry hair, but the evidence told a different story. We looked at the evidence, we examined the suspects, we followed the clues, and eventually we discovered what was really causing her problems. But those problems didn't automatically solve the color problem. And we ended the last episode with a glimpse of the solution in Brenna's hair color. So join us as we continue our investigation in the hair color case. Danielle, with all the information we gathered last week, why couldn't we just color her hair?
Well, we need to continue that investigation.
What did we find out to help us come up with the formulation for Brenna and her personality?
Well, there were 2 questions on that discovery worksheet that gave us clues. When we asked her what she wanted her hair color to say about her and what her personality style was, she wanted to be more distinctive and she's edgy.
What did she want her hair color to be?
Well, one thing for sure she said was she wanted highlights around the face. And then when I asked her what she wanted her hair color to be like, she wanted it to be more vibrant.
So last week we had suspects.
Yes, we had suspects. We had the buildup, we had the chemical damage, we had the mechanical damage, and we had a lack of moisture in the hair.
So at this point of the investigation, we had the evidence, the suspects, and the clues.
Yes.
So what was our solution?
Well, we need to do that demineralizing treatment, which is step 3 of IOHM, resetting the canvas.
We needed to remove the outer buildup.
Correct.
And like I said in my last video, when you get a demineralizing treatment, you remove the outer buildup of the hair, but you also remove the inner buildup. Therefore, you're going to restore proper hydration.
Yes.
So the demineralizer treatment revealed other clues.
Yeah, there was significant color variations in that hair strand.
The old color history left an imprint.
Yeah, it exposed that manic panic on the mid-shaft, and that was still influencing that hair.
So we have another suspect.
Yes.
What did the evidence tell us next?
Well, the porosity. We saw that there was porosity changes, and we could see that because that manic panic was still on that mid-shaft, but it was no longer on those ends. Why wasn't it on those ends?
Let me show you why this matters. Think about 2 houses. One has intact windows, solid walls, and a strong structure. The other has broken windows, holes in the walls, and damage everywhere. The red stain is like red paint. When it enters the damaged house, it gets in easily, but it also can wash right back out. The healthier house may not let as much in, but when it gets inside, has a better chance of staying. And that's what made Brenna's case so interesting. The porous ends released the evidence, but the midshaft held on to the red. The stain wasn't the problem, it was a clue. So what would happen if we put a single color over the hair in that condition?
Well, damaged hair is going to behave differently. The color's going to grab differently, so we're going to end up with inconsistencies in the hair again. Well, we need to do a test strand.
Yes, first we needed to do a test strand to see if we can remove any of the red that was in the hair to see if we can do highlights.
Correct. Yeah, and now we had to pivot and utilize that red. We weren't going to be able to give her those highlights.
So as you can see in the video, I couldn't remove the red.
Yeah, now we were going to have to pivot and we had to utilize that red, and we weren't going to be able to do highlights.
We've investigated the history, the condition, the porosity, the red stain, and so now we have a decision to make. Do we fight it or do we learn from it? What happens when we fight the hair?
You usually lose. Instead, we should follow that evidence.
And the evidence let us consider eye color, skin tone, natural contrast, lifestyle. So the more we looked, the more one color kept popping out. What color was that, Danielle?
Copper.
So all the things that looked like they were going to be a problem actually became clues. So what do you think our verdict is, Danielle?
Well, the color wasn't the problem. The challenge was understanding everything standing between Brenna and the results she wanted.
So the porosity, the hair color, the condition, and choosing a color to fit the person.
And that manic panic stain.
It wasn't the problem, it was a clue.
Yes.
So the thing that we thought might stand in the way,
well, it actually leads us to a solution.
And once we solved those problems,
the color became obvious.
The stain wasn't the problem, it was a clue. Once we understood what the hair was telling us, the solution became clear. We improved the condition of the hair, applied a custom color strategy, and created a plan to help maintain the result. The result wasn't a color change. It was healthier, more balanced hair.